What we're going to do in this video is I'm going to show you the walking poles that I will try and use. I will show you my skis. I've got one here and one up here ready for waxing. So I'll probably show you both. I'll unclip that from that board thing. I was going to do the waxing first, but then I was thinking, well, if I'm going to put these on and put boots on and scrape them along a wooden floor, probably better to do that before we get some wax on them. So we're going to show you the skis, the poles, and we're going to show you the boots. So that's the plan today, and we'll go through each individual thing. And of course Lizzie wants to come over and be of assistance. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in so you can see boots. Oh, Lizzie. Oh, you're pretty thin, those boots. Okay, what we'll do is we'll start with the walking poles first. Now, traditionally, people use a straight handle with a cord on it. Oh, hello. We've got reinforcements now. They're all coming in. So there's Bella. Yes. And Lizzie. With this was steady. This was going to be a video on ski stuff, and Gizzy. And we've still got Gizzy. Oh, Gizzy, you've been around like forever. Ow! Wow! Ow, forever and a day, Gizzy. Ow! You've got sharp little claws, Gizzy. Oh, steady. This has come into the it's turned into the jungle. This. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, Bella. All right, we were trying to do a video on stuff. Yes. Yeah, no fluff knickers. But I chatted with Chris Townsend, who's done this. Steady. And he uses pacer poles. Obviously, you switch out the things down here for snow baskets, which you would have seen in another video. I tend to copy everything that Chris does, and most of it's always quite successful. So I don't see why that should be, any different. So we will try pacer poles, because you hold them. Obviously, I'm holding them incorrectly there, but they're ergonomically, fitted to the hand. So we will try those. For what we're doing, I'm sure they'll be fine. And obviously, if we don't like them, then we can get proper ski poles. But I'm sure these will work very well. You do get a bungee thing here if you want to strap them around your wrist. But personally, I think I'd rather just hold on. So that's the poles. So that's the poles sorted out. And then we're going to look at the skis. Or we'll try and look at the skis. What we've got are a Transnordic 66 easy skins here. So Transnordic easy skins 66. So if you remember when I showed you the easy skins in the equipment video or the repair kit video, and in the wax video, I've done so many I can't keep up now. In the waxing video, where you would have seen me fit the easy skin, it fits through there and then comes down probably to around about there. They're quite short, the Easy Skins. They're really not very long. The 66 denotes 66 millimeters up here. So the front is 66 millimeters. The narrowest point in the middle is about 50 millimeters, so 5 centimeters. So 6.6 centimeters, 5 centimeters, and the bit at the back is 60 millimeters or 6 centimeters. So they basically taper from 66 to 50 to 60, something like that. I did give them a quick measure, so it's a very approximate. I've gone for the... Hello. This is not for teeth. No, my arm isn't for teeth either. I've gone for the Rotterfeller binding. So the binding in this one uses this pin thing at the front, NNN BC, but I've actually forgotten what the NNN BC means, but it's that. It'll probably come to me at some point, or put in a comment below to remind me. And this is the automatic version. So that binding goes in there. So the binding goes in there, and then when you want to release it, you press down on that, and you could either press down with your fingers if you can bend down, or of course you could use your ski pole and press on that. I'm guessing that that is pretty strong and solid and isn't going to crack with a ski pole, you know, digging into it. So that's the ski. Then we've got boots, obviously 2 boots. I am waiting for a company in America, 40 below. They're going to send me some over boots, over gaiters that I can put on these. So, you know, I will try those at some point when I get them, but I think that'll be like January or something like that. So in the meantime, we'll show you the boot. So this is an Alpina backcountry. This is the Alpina Alaska boot. And as I say, it has the NNN BC binding on the front there. Laces up, and it's a pretty decent boot. There was a little bit of backing and toing and froing on sizing. Ash and Dan and a couple of others recommended sizing up and filling your boot with socks. I sort of asked Chris and a couple of other people and got some more general information, and 2 things have happened. One, I've basically stayed true to size. I did try, I'm a 43, and this is a 43, but it's actually a 44. So even though it says 43, the insole in it, when you take it out, actually has 44 written on it. So they are already sized up automatically, because I'm guessing they're assuming that you're going to be wearing, you know, thicker socks. And I've put Superfeet in them, and when I get my regular E-sized and when I get and when I get my regular E-size Superfeet, I usually have to cut them, you know, to trim them down. In these boots, I didn't have to trim them at all. They fitted perfectly. So even though this is a 43 shoe, it is actually sized 44. I tried the 44, which effectively would have been 45 if you're following along. And to be fair, it did fit with thick socks on, it was okay, but I could feel a little bit of foot movement. And I just felt, even with thick socks on and a liner sock on, that the 43, my regular size, just it felt more true to size. And I'm also thinking, for what I'm doing, I'm sure that this should be more than enough. And obviously if I get an over boot, you know, to cover it up, then that's also going to, you know, give some extra protection as well. Although I wasn't really thinking of that at the time. But in the end, I personally went, steady. I went true to size. So these basically have, you know, a pretty simple traditional lacing system. So you put them in, and like I said, I think it's a good size. I think, to be fair, I think shoe sizing and this type of thing is going to be something that you're just going to always question. So you do them up in a fairly traditional way. They are looped here, so these bits here need to go around there and there. Obviously I've only got thin socks on here. You've got a little loop there, so it goes under there. One thing I will say is I don't think you get a huge amount of lacing, and in fact I would go so far as to say that that is a very small bit of lacing that I really think, I don't know, thoughts on a postcard below, but that's a very, very a very small amount of lacing left over. You probably could alter how you do the lacing up here, you know, switch it around, you know, a little bit there. But that's obviously that boot. And then while we're doing it, we'll put this one on as well. Excuse the grubby trousers, and I just wear these in the house for simplicity, and I'm not changing just to mess around with videos. Alright, so then we'll do that one. Like I said, you may actually want to, you could miss out that middle one there and then just jump straight up to that one, and that would give you, you know, a little bit more lace, and it would give you a slightly different feel there. Obviously I'd probably have to tighten them all up, you know, a little bit, but that's basically your boot. It's a pretty stiff boot. That's your boots on there, and then basically we'll do one ski. We won't bother, there's no point in doing both skis. I've got one already attached to the thing for. So basically, in effect, you put your ski there. Oh, no, you can put your ski there. Where does it go in? There. Until I've done this before. There. So that's oh my god. So actually, we will actually do the other one if I can do it without breaking my leg. So basically, just zoom back a bit there. Yeah. So, not sure how safe I am in the house. There's probably a knack to there's probably a knack to doing this. There, I think that's right. I don't feel particularly so. Oh, that one's come out. Hopefully that one we've got on. Okay. Hopefully that one is now attached. Oh, and that one's come out now. So obviously I'm not doing something I'm not... Ah, that's it. I heard it click. Because obviously with this, you see the heel, and that one's come out now. So that one, I think, has clicked in properly, because I did hear that one click. That one I've not heard. Oh, I think that one maybe is in now. It's not coming out anyway. But when I stand on them, so when I stand on them equal weight, then both are flat on the ground. And obviously when you push off, the one that you're pushing off on, when you lift that glide zone, or that grip zone, sorry, so when that grip zone is this bit under here. So when you lift off to move forward, then obviously the front and back are going to slide, because they've got slippy greasy wax on them. So they slide, and because this foot here is planted on the ground, then this one is the one that's gripping, because this is the one that's sliding, because now your grip zone is lifted. You see it's lifted, it's lifted off the wooden floor. That slides, and then when you plant your weight on this one, and then you lift this one off, then the grip zone lifts off and slides something like that. So that's basically the skis, binding, boots, poles. No, we can't get them out now. Oh God. How do you get the bloody things out? Until I've done this before. Ah, that's that one. Ah, that's it. Maybe you've got to kind of lift out. And I'm sure there's a knack to it. You probably find... Really strange. I noticed this when I did that Polk video. At the very end, it doesn't automatically switch the ISO down for some reason. It's odd. It's on auto ISO too. Anyway, so if I'm a bit exposed, that's why. Yeah, so obviously we need to be able to get the boots off the skis, otherwise you're going to have a frozen hobstacle. A frozen hobstacle, you know, out there. But anyway, I just wanted to I thought let's do that first before we try waxing and everything. And yeah, so boots, skis, and thingy. I haven't gone into masses of details because obviously, for the most part, people that watch my videos, they won't understand this stuff any more than I do. And obviously it's more technical than I fully understand, you know, as I said. we're kind of learning this, you know, all together. You know, it's something that we're just figuring out, and that's it. So yeah, so obviously the boots. What's Bella doing? Bella? What you doing? Oh God. Oh dear. I figured out what she did. She knocked the cat food on the floor. I really shouldn't let her eat the cat food, but it was a one-off, so we'll let her get away with this one. Yeah, she knocked the cat food over. The cat bowl was upside down, and she couldn't get to the cat food, but there wasn't much in this, so we'll let her have that one. Yeah, so basically the boots have thin chelate. I think I saw thin chelate. Yeah, so thin chelate. What's it focusing? Doesn't want to focus on the boots. Yeah, but anyway, it's got thin chelate insulation in there. So there is some insulation in them, exactly how much, but again, it's not going to be, you know, utterly, you know, freezing cold. It's going to be cold, but I think it's only going to be like -5, -10, and I think this is going to be, I think that will be more than enough. I think for me, if I was going to be skiing in something that was like -20, -30 or something, you know, ridiculously cold like that, I don't think I'd want to be sizing up in boots. I think I'd be wanting a completely different boot system. So yeah, that's it. So the next thing we need to do now is to get these waxed and such like. So we'll do that in the next video. Thanks very much for watching, everybody.